retargeting ads, meaning that Facebook is going to start advertising your products to people based on what's happening on your website without you having to do anything. If you want to create a new ad account because you don't have one yet, you can do so here. Now, here is a word of caution, and it's really important to understand, and Facebook has constantly changed this throughout the years. At the beginning, when I started using the Business Manager, they would allow you to create up to 5 ad accounts, all at the same time. And then they put a limit. And if you wanted to create more ad accounts, you had to ask permission, and you also had to be spending some money on those ad accounts. So that was the way that was being done. Today, they're putting a limit, okay, to every single individual, and they don't give you access to a second ad account unless your first one is already spending money and doing something. So basically, if you have not set up an ad account yet, make sure you do. Make sure you start spending some money and realize that Facebook is not going to allow you to create a second one unless you have shown some activity on that particular ad account. Once you show some activities, you can go to their chat, you can go to the actual support, which you can access easily through here for the actual menu over here, and still need help. Once you go for here for this channel, you're gonna be able to find a contact now and either send them an email or actually chat. I'm gonna put a link down below in the description that has a chat link that you can actually communicate with them. Monday through Fridays, 9 to 5 is the usual average schedule. So sometimes they're not gonna be available, but once you're ready to ask for a second ad account because you've been spending money and you've been improving your relationship with Facebook, then they'll give you access to it along the way, okay? So that's just a word of caution on it. If you create a business account over here, you can create one ad account in it and then start using it, and then along the way, ask permission to get more, and then they will give you more permission. If you wanna see like how many I have access to, let me show you how many ad accounts they have approved for my end, okay? So just because I wanna show you how much potential there is on this particular thing and how many you can actually do, if you start spending money, they will not limit how many ad accounts you can do. Over here, check it out. Ad account creation limit. They give me access to being able to create up to 800 ad accounts. I am far from it. I currently have about 55 ad accounts. So as you spend more money, they release more abilities and they let you keep on creating and keep on spending money with them. But that is what they do for security purposes with you and your individual brand and business. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, good. So on the app section right here, it's if you have an app, you can add it in here, okay? And you can actually just integrate it so you can be able to target people to get downloads, okay? That's for people that have apps. It's also an option for you to connect it with your business manager in there. Instagram accounts, guys, this is really important, okay? Instagram accounts, you need to connect them in there because right now, Instagram, it is the greatest, fastest social media platform in history. No other platform has grown faster than Instagram, so you need to pay attention. If you're running Facebook advertising, Instagram has to be a part of the equation. That's not a question anymore. They have over 1 billion users and growing really fast, and all types of audiences, male and females, are using it in all demographics all day long, okay? So it has to be a part of it. So here, you can add your Instagram accounts very easily. It's very self-explanatory. Once you select add, you're gonna put your username and your password, and it adds it in there. And now what you can do when you start running some ads is that you can pull in that Instagram account so you can start running some ads using that particular Instagram account. If you do not add your Instagram account here on the Business Manager, you can still run ads on Instagram. But what Facebook is going to do is that they're going to use your actual Facebook page as a brand on Instagram. So if you had an opportunity to grow your Instagram channel with ads, you are not taking advantage of it if you do not add your Instagram account in here. So definitely it's a must in order for you to be able to maximize the potential of the Facebook platform, okay? Projects. It's important to understand not what projects are, but it might not be that relevant for some of you guys. A project, when you have a lot of assets and several ad accounts, is basically a combination of assets in one single place. So instead of giving somebody access to, let's say that you want to have somebody come in and work on your brand, instead of having them just give them access one at a time, give them access to the page, to the pixel, to the ad account, to etc., right? All you gotta do is create a project and then you give them access to the whole entire project. So in here, projects one is where you can actually pile on and connect different assets into one single place. So somebody can actually go in there and access and find out what different assets belong to a particular project or a particular activity or goal. For example, if I go to Facebook Masters Promo, I can see that, oh, what are the pages connected with this particular asset? Okay, so over here, I can see that XYZ brand. Okay, let's check this one out. XYZ brand has already pages connected with it. It has an ad account connected with it, a catalog, and it has an Instagram account. So that's basically a project. It's a combination of assets. So your employees can understand what asset belongs in somewhere else. Like right now, there isn't a lot more use to that particular area. I don't really use it that much, but it does help in the long run to organize the different assets and parts of a particular business into one central location for ease of understanding about how to use them on different scenarios. Okay, that's basically how it works. Now, moving on, that was a whole section of accounts. So we already just, to refresh, we went for users, for accounts, and now for data sources. The data sources are basically the information that is being stored from your websites, from your offline events, from conversions that are happening on your website and different places. It's basically where you see your audiences, all of it in one central place. So for example, here, the catalogs you can have, for example, if you have a Shopify channel, Shopify has a very easy integration that I'm gonna show you later on, that you can actually just connect your entire catalog to the business manager just by integrating a particular app that now you can actually do what they call dynamic retargeting ads, meaning that Facebook is going to start advertising your products to people based on what's happening on your website without you having to do anything. You know how that phenomena goes on Amazon when you start looking at an Amazon product and then you close Amazon and you go to Facebook, and for some reason that strange product that you were just looking at presents itself again and it feels like it's all super weird? Well, that's what we call dynamic ads, meaning that Amazon knows exactly what's being searched for and what's being looked at, and based on that, they send advertising on Facebook platform. That's what you can do when you set up your catalog on Facebook. If you have a Shopify channel, Magento, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, whatever it is, those platforms, you can use them to dynamically retarget people based on website visitors, page view content, added to cart, abandoned carts, all that data. Even somebody that hasn't purchased in 90 days, they could be dynamically retargeted with dynamic ads just because they have that data and the catalog has been connected with Facebook. Really cool stuff. So that's all set up in there. The pixels is basically where you actually manage the different pixels that you have going on. You can see that if they're active, for example, one here you see that one of them is active, right? And then this one right here is not active. So you can see there's no recent activity. Last time the received activity was 93 days ago. And you can see right here also who is assigned to the certain pixels, who are the partners. I can see that I have partners in here. What ad accounts have access to this particular pixel. And then you can actually go ahead and assign partner here. You can assign a partner, you can assign an ad account or add people to that particular pixel so they can actually use it on their targeting, okay? That's basically how you can assign assets to a particular individual. Super simple. Add people, assign a partner to somebody external, or assign an ad account so that ad account is able to retarget people or use that particular pixel data as a retargeting channel, okay? Good, so we go here now to custom conversions. I'm not gonna get too much into that, but for example, in that particular example that we talked about, somebody going to a website and adding an actual item to their cart, well, there's two things that happen here based on the pixel. One of them is called standard events. Standard events are particular events like lead generation, add to cart, purchase, completed registration. And then we have custom conversions. For example, if you have the pixel inserted all over your website, you can actually generate a custom conversion, create one based on somebody visiting a particular link They got to a particular page, and when they get to that page, it triggers that custom conversion, and you can name it however you want. Let's say, for example, somebody clicked the submit form and then they landed on a thank you page. Well, that thank you page link, you can put it in there as a custom conversion that when somebody lands in there, they have completed XYZ form. That's what a custom conversion is at, and it does require the pixel being installed on your website. Event source groups is a little bit more advanced, okay? It's like something that we're gonna cover on later modules, but in there you can connect your Facebook pages, your messenger channel, pixels, your websites, your audiences, your CRM, all of it into one single group. And now you can see the historical trends of that particular, for example, it's like looking at a customer journey. You can see now how they started. They came from a Facebook post, they commented, they sent you a message to the page, they went to the website, they actually purchased a product, they didn't purchase for 90 days, they came back. You can see historical trends of individuals and audiences along the way when you complete and create an actual event source group, okay? So that's really cool stuff, really ninja that we will dive into deeper later on, okay? Shared audiences, well, if you have partners, people that are also other brands, or if you have other ad accounts, you can share audiences with each other. Did you know that? It's really cool stuff because somebody can create an audience and then you can use that audience and then they can use your audience. And all you gotta do is basically go ahead and when you go to the audience levels, which we're gonna talk about in a second, in the audience level, you can share it with somebody else they have their own business manager. If they don't have their own business manager, you cannot share it, okay? They're gonna have to have their own access to their own platform. But that's super simple stuff and really ninja, high-tech stuff. Brand safety, okay? Domains, for example, in here, you're gonna see that you can basically approve your own blog. For example, let me go to my other business manager and you'll see how I have it approved and what we did with that one. Brand safety, and we go to domains. And check it out. So over here, we got ManuelSuarez.com, okay? This one has been verified. What does that mean? That means that I went through this process, for example here, verification pending, HTML file upload, or DNS verification. This is something that if you don't know how to do, just give access to a programmer so he can get that done. And he can insert a particular file, which is called an HTML file, and then it can be verified, and Facebook confirms that you own that domain. What is the value of this? Not much, a little bit. Let me tell you why. Because if you have an article that you want to post on social media, and that article pulls an image that you don't want to use, if you haven't verified your domain, cannot change that image. But if you have proven to Facebook that you are the owner of that domain, you can change the image, you can adjust it, you can do whatever you want with it because it is your domain. Just to give you an idea where the use comes in for that particular thing. And it also protects your brand a little bit because Facebook starts believing that you are for real. So if you want to look into protecting your brand a little bit more and be more secure and having a tighter connection with Facebook, make sure that you get that domain verified with Facebook, okay, super easily. Let me jump back over here and go back here to this section right here. On brand safety, the block list part of it, guys, block list is basically just if you have websites that you want to make sure that you're not being shown in when you run ads, which is something called audience network, in which Facebook is partnered with other websites, just like AdWords has something called AdSense, in which you can promote your products, your actual ads on other websites, but let's say that there's pornographic material, other things that you don't want to be a part of, like crimes or like scandalous websites or whatever it is that you don't want to be a part of, you can find them and then you can upload an entire list of them here. And Facebook is going to make sure that you do not get promoted in that particular area, okay? So that's basically what it is. Like you can even see right here, like if you download this list right here, then you're gonna be able to see where your ads have appeared on the Facebook family of platforms that they advertise on, okay? And then based on that, you can make that selection of pages that you wanna make sure that you don't show up in, okay? Integrations right here, that's if you have a lead generation let's say that you run lead generation for your business, then in here, you're gonna be able to give access to certain people, to certain ad accounts, and then you're gonna be able to also download your leads in there just directly from the business manager, so you don't have to wait for anything else, and also set up your CRM and all these other factors. So when somebody gives you that information, phone number, email, addresses, or whatever that you ask for, goes straight into your CRM, and you can handle that customer and that prospect right away. Cool stuff, okay? So right here you can see you can control which people, and CRMs can access your leads by customizing leads access settings. By default, all page admins and connected CRMs can access the leads, okay? All right, good. So here we go over here on the payment section. Okay, we're almost done with this section right here. On the payment section, you have two options that you can do, okay? And let me quickly explain what they are. You can have, let's say that you only have one business, one brand, and for the next 20 years, all you're gonna have is one business, one brand, and all you care about is being able to grow that particular business. You can have a master billing payment. A billing method, meaning that whatever you run on that entire business manager is going to come through one particular payment form. This could be a PayPal account, this could be a bank account, this could be a credit card, a debit card, or whatever it is. But it's going to be one central location. But also, additionally, instead of doing that, what I recommend that you do is that you go at the ad level. Okay, for example, if you go here to the ads, the particular ad accounts, each unique ad account has their own payment methods. As you can see right here, view payment methods. If I switch from one to the other one, view payment methods, then you can add a payment method to each individual ad account. Let's look at this one right here, view payment methods, and it's gonna open up the window, and I'm gonna be able to see which payment methods are being used over here. And you can use any of those things like add a payment method. Look at the options that I have over here. I can add a credit card, I can use PayPal, I can use online banking with my login information and it becomes instant, or I can use a Facebook ad coupon, which I never gotten yet from Facebook. Okay, it's something that they're piloting right now to be able to give to nonprofit organizations some ad credit to be able to run their ads. Google has been doing that for a long time, but Facebook is just getting started with that particular side of it. Okay, good, so let's go back here to the business settings. And I think you got the point on the actual payment methods. And the security center, guys, this is an important one. And I want you to pay attention to it. Why? Because for years, you can be growing, right? And just keep on adding people and admins and employees and managers and moderators and editors. But employees come, employees go. You get a virtual assistant that helps you, and then he ends up not being good for you, and then ruins some part of your company. You don't trust him anymore, and you want to kick him out. You get him out of the company, but then you forget that they are still part of your business manager, which means that they can actually affect your business. This particular tab right here was built in there to protect your company from such things, okay? So when you go in here, Facebook is going to tell you, review, like if it's green, you're good. If it's red, you gotta check that out. For example, here on this particular business manager, they want me to set up authentication for a business manager. Like it's a two-step like confirmation with a code, so it becomes a little more secure. Let me show you an example of warnings that they're giving me on the other ad account over here, which I was just looking at the other day. Okay, so if I go to Security Center over here, I see right here, check this out. Manage inactive admins. It says one admin hasn't logged into Business Manager in over 3 months. To limit who can control your business, review them now and manage their access. Okay, so let's manage. And let's see what it says over here. This particular admin says to help keep your business secure, review this admin who hasn't logged into Business Manager in over 3 months because they have a lot of control over your business. Make sure they still need access. An admin can do anything. They can even delete the account. Now, in my case, I reviewed that and I was not worried at all because that particular admin is one of the most important people in my company today, which some of you guys might have heard of him. He handles a lot of customer service and a lot of the platforms and a lot of different things for my company. His name is Jet. So since he's the inactive admin, The reason that he's inactive is because he's not on the business side of Facebook world. He's on the other side of the company. So I don't have to worry about it, but at least I was able to check that out and make sure that we are safe. I only have one admin that has not been active in over 3 months. Same thing here with the employees. 8 employees haven't logged into Business Manager in over 3 months. You can review and remove them if you're sure they no longer need access, okay? So you can go to Manage and see which 8 employees are here, okay, on this side of it that might not need access anymore to the company, to the Business Manager settings here, okay, and the overall Business Manager, okay? Really cool stuff. So in here, you want to set that up correctly. Like, for example, it says over here that you want to add a backup admin. So you want to have a backup admin in case you lose your password or something happens that you can't reset it, then you can actually go back into your Business Manager account. So it's an important setting to actually pay attention to, okay? Good. So now let's keep going over here. On the request side of it, I briefly touched on that. It's basically where you see all the requests that companies and businesses are doing to be able to get access into different assets of your Business Manager. Requests to a page, to an ad account, to a pixel, to your catalog, to anything along the way. Notifications is where you program if you want to get notifications to the permissions, to the roles being assigned, to the updates. It speaks for itself, right? Like you can set this up correctly so you don't feel like you're being spammed by Facebook, and you can just set them up to notification only, email only, or whatever it is so you can actually see it. Otherwise, for example, they're going to start showing up over here when I see the business notification. So let me go ahead and change this right here to email only. And I can select any of these ones along the way and just go ahead and just leave it like that. And it's gonna be, for me, better because I don't get dispersed with so many different notifications. So this is where you adjust the notifications that you get from your Business Manager. Business info right here, it speaks for itself. Now, important thing to note about this right here, guys, okay? This is your Business Manager ID under the name, okay? Right now, currently, if you try to edit this, you can change the name of your Business Manager. Let me go back over here. I accidentally got out. You can change the name of the Business Manager, and you can also change your primary page, okay? Your primary page is basically the page that most closely represents your Business Manager, okay? For example, in my case, I have a marketing agency. My primary page is AGM Marketing. But if I go over here to the one that we're doing on the course, let me check that out. Business info, and let me go to edit this one. My primary page is going to be, let me see, let me cancel this for a second. Primary page is going to be Manuel Suarez because in this one, the one that most closely represents on this Business Manager, my Business Manager, is going to be Manuel Suarez, which is my personal brand because I am the teacher. I'm the one showing you guys how to use these platforms, okay? So you want to make sure that you select in there the page that most closely approximates it because when you communicate to Facebook, they want to know which is your primary page and you want to make sure that it's the right one, okay? It's an important thing that you want to make sure you set up correctly, okay? So over here, you get the name, the main email, the date that it was created, the date that it was updated, all this stuff along the way. This is your Business Manager. If somebody ever asks you for your Business Manager ID so they can provide you access to a particular asset, all you got to do is you go to Business Info and you grab it from over here, Business Manager ID, and you can just go ahead and copy this thing and send it to them, and they're going to be able to send you access instantly to that particular asset that they're assigning you to, okay? It's super simple to do it like that. So that Business Manager is really important. So we got the Business Manager ID, and then we also got the Ad Accounts ID, which you can get individually in here at this particular level, okay? All right, good. And then let me show you one of my favorite parts of the Business Manager to wrap this particular column off, okay? This part right here is so powerful, guys. And this is new. They recently rolled this out in this year. If you go to Setup Guide, Facebook is going to take you by the hand. It's going to tell you, this is where you do everything. You want to add an account? You want to request access? You want to create a new one? You want to claim a page? Request access, create a new one. Like a claim one, it says, and look what it says right there, and it explains it. Claim a page if your business already owns it, or you need to own it. For example, another company created a page for you. Claiming a page moves it into Business Manager, okay? So if somebody created a page for you and it's not in your Business Manager, you wanna claim it into your Business Manager, okay? If there's an agency and you wanna get access to that particular page, you request access to it. If you want to start a page anew, you go to create a new page right there, okay? Over here, on this particular example here, add a business manager admin, add a business manager employee. So this particular level right here is so simple because it does take you by the hand to be able to get everything set up inside the business manager just by going step by step on all these things. Over here, it says, get started on key tasks. If you need more than one ad account, create a new ad account or bring existing ones to business manager. Bring pages, apps, Instagram accounts, and other assets into Business Manager by claiming or requesting access to them. It's like a check sheet, guys. You go step by step and you get all that done. Invite the people that you want to work with you on these ad accounts into Business Manager. Be sure to assign each person a role on the appropriate ad accounts. Even if they had permission to work on the account before, they still need permission for Business Manager. And then add a payment method to each ad account. And over here, if you open up these windows, it's going to tell you specifically what to do. If you want to request access to pages or ad accounts. If you need to assign permissions to people who work with you. Really cool stuff, guys. So this is the setup guide section that is going to help you answer some of the questions that you might have along the way.